What's going on, guys? Danny here from Metal Couch, and today we're going to be taking a look at a potential contender for Album of the Year 2014. Now, I know the end of the year is coming close, and to be reviewing albums this close to the end of the year, you never know. You might get blindsided by something that you didn't see coming. And with Emptiness is Nothing But the Whole, that's exactly what happened. I've never listened to an album from Emptiness, who hail from Belgium. I never heard of them before, didn't know what was going on when I went in. And the only thing I can go into is, first off, something that I really want to point out. You probably already saw it over my shoulder already. I honestly believe that the album art for Nothing But the Whole is legitimately creepy. The longer that I stare at it, the more uncomfortable I become. And I'm not exactly sure what it is. Maybe it's the fact that she has two sets of eyes and they're parallel to each other. I don't know. But that album art really makes me nervous, and I don't really know why. It's something I don't really like looking at too much. Moving on. We're going to start with production first. Production, with black and death metal, more with black metal, typically you get bands that don't exactly have the best of production value, and I find that this album is somewhere right in the middle. It's not horrible production, but it's not the most refined thing that you can find on the market today. And this, to me, is a perfect blend between the sort of what makes black metal such a niche part of music, and at the same time, it's not something that's completely unlistenable. Because honestly, despite how much I do enjoy listening to black metal, if I find that a band has like cassette tape quality and it's 2014, it's like, seriously, buy a damn mixer or something, for the love of God. Anyway, it's a nice blend right there in between, nothing too distracting here. But going into the instrumentation, it was something that I didn't necessarily expect. And that's the fact that throughout this album, especially on tracks such as Tales of a Burning Man or The Past is Death, you find tracks with a very ethereal feel. If I remember correctly, The Past is Death is a largely instrumental track, if not completely instrumental. No, it's not completely instrumental, but has a large section in it where it's just nothing but music. No vocals. And the guitar effects that are used, also some of the bass. The bass sounds really good on this album. I like what they did with the bass production. Really good. But this album, as a whole, is a largely positive listening experience. And it makes me want to go back into their back catalog and listen to what they had to offer previously, considering that this is their latest effort. I believe it's their fourth or fifth album, if I remember looking at Metal Archives correctly. Someone will probably correct me in the comments below. I really enjoyed this album. As I said before, some tracks that I would recommend people listening to would be Tales of a Burning Man, The Past is Death. Even the title track, Nothing But the Whole, is a very good track, if not probably the best track off of the album. The album clocks in at just under 40 minutes, so it's a relatively short album. It's something that you could just pop in and be done with before you even know it, which in a sense is also one of the drawbacks of this album. I would have liked to have had more material, but I can't necessarily knock off points for something like that. An artist will have a certain amount of songs that they want to put on an album and maybe save some for later. Who knows? This album is a contender for Album of the Year in 2014 because of the fact of it has simplicity to it. It's not something that's overcomplicated or drawn out. It's just a album with almost a perfect length, a solid production, and great instrumentation. I highly recommend this album. In fact, I'm probably, if we were to give it a score out of 10, I would easily give it a 9.0. This is an extremely solid album, and I cannot recommend it highly enough. And, yeah, that's Emptiness is Nothing But the Whole. Now, before I go, I just want to go on ahead and throw something here at the end. As I said before, Album of the Year video will be up on the 31st of December, mostly because that's when I feel that's the official cutoff for Album of the Year. Also, Metal Couch TV has opened up a Patreon, which I'll leave a link in the description below, and I'll leave a little annotation down here in the corner. I'm going to be doing monthly raffles, and if I get enough people to start pledging to that Patreon, then this month I'm going to give away a copy of this album, because I feel like people should listen to this album. So if you want to enter into the Metal Couch TV raffle, just click the annotation or click on the link below. Thanks for watching. Danny here from Metal Couch, signing out.